Combined weight of 457 pounds from Chicago, Illinois, Crazy Ray Fitzgerald and from Las Vegas, Nevada, Ray Luca. And now at a combined weight of 423 pounds from South Africa, Zebra Kid. And his partner from Chicago, Illinois, Tony the Razor DeVito.
Well, Jim, this features one of your favorite twosomes in the PWI, especially the Zebra Kid, I would imagine, teamed up with Tony the Razor DeVito.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago, Tom, I told you that in the matches with Terry Scholl, his brain stood outside the ring with a zebra mask on. I don't see any reason for Tony DeVito to have to associate with the Zebra Kid. He's got good musculature for his size. He's got good ability. He's very fast, very strong. I just don't see why he hangs around with him.
Well, they've been pals for a long time in the PWI. Right now, squaring off at center ring is the Zebra Kid and Ray Luca. Ray Luca, Jim, we have not seen into that much of him in the PWI. However, he seems to be quick in the ring and seems to know some decent moves. I mean, anytime you can take the Zebra Kid down a couple of times like that, you're using some nice techniques.
Yeah, I think we'll see a little more of him in the future, Tom.
They got the Zebra Kid on the wrong side of town. However, Zebra is taking advantage of that four tag by Fitzgerald and Luca to take Fitzgerald out with a nice boot and followed up with the elbow. Zebra Kid working over Ray Fitzgerald now. Tony the Razor DeVito has his leg up on that ring, and he's trying to set up Ray Fitzgerald for a nice boot instead of the turnbuckle. There it is. Tag made now. Tony the Razor DeVito, the legal man in the ring. Tim Woods, the referee. Crazy Ray, Jim, I don't know. Some people tell me he might be a few pennies short of $1. I don't know how he ever got that name, Crazy Ray.
He's a half a bubble out of plum, I think, Tom.
Now, so far, he's taking a little control on Fitzgerald. Ray Fitzgerald went into that corner. I don't think he wanted to go into it.
I know sometimes I appear to be from a different time zone, Tom, but this Fitzgerald guy is permanent vacation, I think.
Wow, well, I'll tell you, you can't fool a guy like Tony the Razor DeVito. Little stereo boost he took to the chin. DeVito's been working on that left leg. Off of the top rope comes the Zebra Kid onto the left leg and the knee of Crazy Ray Fitzgerald. Oh, is he stretching that leg? Look out. Ray Fitzgerald in a lot of pain right now. Zebra Kid now in for the tag. Going to the top rope now. Now he's only coming off the number 2 rope. Is Tony the Razor DeVito onto the knee of Fitzgerald. One of Tony the Razor DeVito's best moves, Jim, happens to be that Sicilian leg breaker, which he has been using more and more, and he's got it on Sugar Ray right now. Ray Fitzgerald, he might be called Crazy Ray, but right now this man's in pain. A beautiful submission hold by Tony the Razor DeVito, the Sicilian leg breaker, a different type of version of that leg lock, and really Ray Luca didn't have much of chances. Zebra and Tony the Razor DeVito worked on Crazy Ray Fitzgerald and took him with that submission hold. Fans, welcome to Chicago Championship Wrestling. Welcome to the Ringside Sports Club. Tom Cronin, your host for tonight's show, and with me, the Red, White, and Blue Wrecking Crew, the Reynolds brothers, along with the commissioner of the PWI, Dr. Thomas C. Kogut, and the proprietor of the Ringside, Rick. Rick? What is the condition of Matt Erickson? That is the issue tonight. Of course, everybody saw last week at the ringside in Roselle, Zebra Kid came out of nowhere and torched Matt Erickson. Well, I took him over to St. Alexia's Hospital here in Elk Grove, and he had third-degree burns on his chest and a little on his chin, but he'll be all right. Unfortunately, he won't be here for a couple of weeks, though, for what they did to him. All right, we can look forward to seeing him anyway, Rick, in a couple of weeks, huh? All right, I've got the commissioner with me, fans, right now, Dr. Thomas C. Kogas. And, Commissioner, I got to say one thing. What happened last week was brutal. I'm sure the Reynolds brothers will elaborate on that a little further, but the Zebra Kid torched Matt Erickson. Now, what we want to know, Commissioner, is the slice from the razor. Is that going to be a permanent part of the PWI, the Chicago Championship Wrestling show, or is that going to be banned? Are we going to see some fines levied? Are we going to see a suspension?
I will leave it up to the fans out there, whether they want to ban the slice or not. So, fans, I want you to get down and write letters in and cards and let us know what your opinions are on what we should do, and in the near future, I will come up with a decision. All right, Commissioner, thank you very much. And the Reynolds brothers, I know that this is something... Well, Tom, I don't have time for any questions. I don't have time to send a letter. Zebra and Razor, I'm telling you right now, I don't know what you guys are taking, but it isn't doing you any good. You're stupid for backing up Joel and his antics. I'm telling you right now, suspension don't mean anything to me and my brother. Just throw down the league doesn't mean anything. We're coming to get you. It may be tonight, it may be next week, but we're coming. Hey, old man, you bargained for something that you can't deal with. See, you got me and Sam mad now. You can't handle Bob. They had these guys mess him up. You can't handle Lonnie King, so you guys come out here. But now, you mess with a member of the Reynolds camp. You want to mess with one of our partners? That's fine, because now you're going to have to pay the price. And I guess what the commissioner was trying to say is now we're going to sanction you physically, old man. Whether I got to do it with the chain or brass knuckles or with the chair to that big bald head, it's all over. All right, wrestling fans, the Red, White, and Blue Wrecking Crew. If I were Joel the Zebra and Tony the Razor DeVito, I would look out. Tom Cronin at the Ringside Sports Club. We'll be back with more Chicago Championship Wrestling right after this word.
And welcome back to the Iwar Network Tubecast. I'm your host, Alex G, and with me this evening we have the immortal Matt Riley. What's going on tonight, Matt?
Do you want to mute the wrestling, or
is it on?
Well, I'm behind schedule. Oh, yeah, let me catch up. Look at that. Now I'm better. Hey, look at that. Okay, we're good.
Thanks for ruining my opening, Matt. Jerk.
Oh, you said legendary. I had to mess it up.
I said immortal. Let's be clear.
Mortal. They're all the same in the Hulkamania world.
Sure is.
Ooh, Damian Stone and Iron Man Tommy Cairo.
There it is.
That actual sounds like a familiar name, Tommy Cairo.
Yeah, he's the Hitman. No, Iron Man.
Was he an ECW guy?
This is ECW, so yes.
Is it really?
Yes, it's the first ECW show.
Oh, nice. Look at that. I was right then. I was like, I know that name. I don't know why. It stands out to me. Yes, so we're here for the June cycle in review.
I'm here for the beer and the bitches.
That's right. We'll be joined soon by Scott Franklin, who is out partying. His son graduated from high school, so he's shooting the works, big time in it. So when he's ready to jump on, he'll be joining us to do our Lethal Lottery drawing.
Oh, there it is. And
if you don't know what that is, sorry.
No, go ahead.
If you don't know what that is, we have a tag team tournament. Excuse me, where we draw names randomly for partners, and that team becomes a team, and they face off against another team of randomly paired people from Iwar stars, and they keep going, and the winning team gets a Iwar tag title shot.
There you go.
So there you go.
I dig that. So in the middle of your screen here, you see the only appropriate way to use AI, by the way. So there you go.
Luther Alexander.
Yes.
What did you put in there for like, prompts?
I didn't. So I stole it from somewhere else, and I just changed all the faces. So you have Luther, and you do have Tracy Lords, and you do have Stacy Keebler as Sam Soley, and then in the middle they come out so great, O.J. Simpson.
Oh, I was saying, it looked like what's his name, RoboCop before the accident. I can't think of his name. You know what I mean.
But I've been experimenting with not only AI in terms of photos, but AI video as well. So.
Oh, I did see a video of a kid eating a hamburger, and it looked like a little boy. It was like legit, like all AI.
Yeah.
And
it's getting spooky,
I will
man.
say,
it's getting spooky out there.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's one of those things that I feel like the politicians who are like, not really doing anything about it, we're going to change your mind when a video comes out with them like having sex with a pig, and it looks legit serious. Like, oh, that's you having sex with a pig. Like, oh no.
I think at a certain point we're going to have to own our own likenesses as a concept and be licensed out. It's the way the world's going to go at this point. But let's get into Johnny B trivia.
Yes, Johnny B. Thank you for responding. I messaged the other day when you and Scott were like, let's do it Friday. Yeah. So I let them know, like, hey, IW trivia, you do it by Friday, get extra days. And I don't know for sure, but I don't know if he watches the workshops or not. But
according to JB, he watches everything IWA related.
Oh,
so right. If you create an IWA show, he's probably going to watch it.
I always feel like
it is his business. He needs to be in the know.
It is. It's like some of the shows about them in the past were so bad. Like he's just at home, like going, "I want your internet to fail."
There has to be at least a couple of moments where he's just embarrassed. so Johnny B, if there was any embarrassing moments, or any moments where you feel like, why am I listening to this? Please let us know what those moments were.
Totally.
And hilarity will ensue from there.
Oh, yeah.
Must be a bidet conversation, or we talked about dude wipes for a while. That was the thing.
Well, speaking of bidets.
Yeah.
So there's a bidet at Kate's house, and I got to tell you.
So one of those Japanese bowls?
It is a good time. You get all clean, and then you're like, wow, that worked pretty well.
Well, you figure, like, not to sound gross, but you're wiping your butt with essentially is tissue paper. I mean, that can't be, like, it's a good possibility you're going to miss a spot. Or sometimes you're wiping forever. Or sometimes, like me, what happened to me this morning, the finger goes through the toilet paper.
Oh, no!
So that was a bad time for everyone. Got underneath my nail. It's a rough
go. Do some handshakes around the floor.
So I think there should be a bidet in every bathroom in America. If I ever ran for president, I would pitch that.
Well, I'll tell you, it's the only part that's really kind of unsettling or not, like, is the squirting when it's really cold.
You get one that's warm water. Speaking of squirt, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
So, as you may know, I do buy our snacks for our break room, and I usually buy them off of Amazon, and I've got everyone hooked on Squirt now as a drink because it was like $5 for a 12-pack. So I loaded up on those. But everyone seems to like really enjoy it. So if the Dr. Pepper Corporation has seen a spike in Squirt sales as of late, that's all me. I want a commission. Because now everyone loves Squirt. The world's best grapefruit soda.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. It's actually not bad. It's actually like... It's probably like... It's a Sprite that's less sweet.
Okay.
So it's not as sugary. It's pretty good, actually. The Ruby Red one is much better, though.
All right, well, they're once again our exclusive bidet coverage here at the Iwar. And I'm also curious if anyone listening here is a NWL player, if they got their packet from the IWA, was there a little surprise inside from the Iwar? If not, that's okay. We're working on more, but
Was it doo-doo?
there should be a surprise inside.
Did you send? Are you now on a FBI watch list by sending anthrax to our loyal listeners?
Yes. You will listen or else you get the anthrax.
Poor Senator Tom Daschle.
Yes. There you go. All right, so getting right into IWA trivia for episode 170. That's tonight from Johnny B. Jr. I'd like to begin tonight's segment by wishing Matt a happy belated birthday. That's me. I trust you thoroughly enjoyed unwrapping your gift titles on Tuesday. I choose IWA titles because I wanted to give you something you didn't really already have. That's nice. Well, I'll tell you a quick side note. I redid my spreadsheet for my holds, and I was working with Excel, and I found this new feature, and I thought, oh, this will be great. Only there was I fiddled around with a cell. Now, unbeknownst to me, it looked all perfect, but when I did this one other change, it changed 3 of the different strats. So instead of having like 497s or 495s,
471.
Sweet 477.
Yes.
So, St. Lucia's Iwar title shot match. Of course, that's when it happens.
You can use those, like, if you bomb out a score, and it happens from time to time, like, you have this big match, it's a pretty shitty feeling. Hey, listen, I'd much rather lose a 495 to a 494 all day. But if you double a hold and you're fucked, you can at least write a story about it. You were injured. Something happened.
I'm gonna
hit
do
by a
something
bus.
like that.
It was Frank Snow under a mask. I don't know.
I'm gonna say he had a minor overdose of Hims. The Hims medications over.
Well, you
overall.
know that our one of our favorite wrestlers, Mabel, also known as Viscera, used to pop Viagra in the locker room in WWE for no reason. That's why he got that gimmick that he was like sexual chocolate, but not Mark Henry when they did that for a little while, like 2005. Yeah, because he just eat Viagra like candy, just walk around.
Yeah.
All day. Then he died.
Well, it happens.
Hey.
All right. Well, in addition to having the perfect birthday for someone whose primary computer is still a Commodore 64, Matt also shares his special birthday with the late great Gorilla Monsoon. I remember that. A former tag partner of Killer Kowalski, another legend who is near and dear to my heart. He is. Although I stated in the previous episode that I had great difficulty deciding on a favorite ice cream truck treat, I have no trouble whatsoever choosing a favorite type of cake. Growing up, there were a dozen brooding birthday parties a year. Wow. And that was just counting immediate family members. So ice cream cake was a family tradition. So I eventually tried all the frozen desserts and began searching for an alternative. I came upon an absolute triumph of the baking arts in the form of the, ready for this? The Cleveland Cassata Cake. Cassata, which loosely based on its Sicilian namesake. Wikipedia describes it as a layered yellow sponge cake soaked in rum or rum syrup, filled with fresh strawberries, custard, and usually decorated with whipped cream and sliced strawberries. Matt, if this sounds appetizing to you, you should consider stopping by Cleveland's Little Italy neighborhood on your way to or from Gen Con, though I will add the usual disclaimer, I can't vouch for the scariness of the bathrooms in the area.
Matt's going to go get, instead of that, he's going to get a Cleveland steamer instead.
That's right. Well, here's a little side note about Gen Con. So the friends I'm going with, instead of driving like a marathon drive out, we're going to drive a day ahead and stop like on the way there and get actual rest and then go the rest of the way the next day. So where do we decide to stop? That's right, Cleveland. So now we're trying to figure out what to do in Cleveland. So the guys I'm going with, I'm like looking at like events, games, things you can do. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame closes at 5. What the hell is that about?
That sounds like very rock and roll to me.
I know. Like, sorry, gotta get home for the early bird.
You guys gonna go watch Deadpool instead?
Yeah. No. So they want to go to, you guessed it, Larry Flint's Hustler Club, which I can't believe is still a thing. Larry Flint's been dead for years.
I kind of want to go now.
So yeah, they kind of they're two married guys that kind of want to go there. I'm like, come on, man. Like, I'm just not a big strip club guy. Sorry, folks.
Well, yeah,
but,
no, because you get enough action on your own. The rest of us are we're starving out here.
It's I call it the married man thing, where like married dudes will be like, oh yeah, look at that. And it's like, dude, what do you? But you're like, oh yeah, you're
action whatsoever. So those guys are literally looking for water in a desert at this point. So you gotta give it up for them.
I don't know if you guys do this or not, but a good friend of mine, him and his other friend who are both married, whenever they do get action, they just text each other a baseball gif of a guy hitting a home run. So I started doing that with one of my friends, and they know what it's about, and they're like, seriously? I'm like, yeah, like, you guys don't get, come on, you're married. You get, like, right there. I don't know.
It's harder.
How is it harder? It's just right there. You just be like, hey.
Okay, woman. Single guy. Yeah.
Just be like, woman.
And she's just cursing you out for no reason.
Just tell her, like, you're so hot when you curse like that.
No.
Get her even angrier? Why don't you just calm down?
I just cry in the shower sometimes.
Yeah. I'm going to go take a shower. You want to join me? And then she gets all mad about, we won't fit in there. Yeah, well, that's your fault. Oh, here we go. All right, so anyways, we'll be going to Cleveland. So apparently the Cleveland nightlife is going to be like, we should get there about 4:30 or 5. So no rock and roll museum for us.
See if they're running AIW as a Cleveland independent promotion. That's over.
Oh, is it? It's a Tuesday night. There's not exactly like the hotbed night for.
That's a good point.
Yeah. And what's funny though is the workshop that week will be done from Gen Con. So Mike and I will be. Hopefully my Wi-Fi at the hotel will be fine. Let's see here. Okay, so Alex inquired, who would play Johnny B in the Johnny B movie? I suggested Bob Newhart. Did I?
I think you did.
All right. Maybe not Newhart now, like Newhart younger, but.
I forget who I said. It's probably hilarious.
Okay, yeah, all right. Johnny B. Jr. says, my father, the original Johnny B., was a big Bob Newhart fan. I can see that. Before he was the proprietor of a fictional hotel in Vermont, Bob starred in a TV show in which he played a psychologist, and one of his recurring patients was an actor who attended the same college at the same time as the original recipe, J.B. Wow. The person I would cast to play Johnny B. in the movie is now deceased man by the name of Jack Riley. My father's friends and family always called him Jack, so there's that. And the actor's last name would mean the press could have a field day with a conspiracy theory that Matt Riley is an employee, or possibly even Johnny B. himself. That's right, Darren. Although the past of the two Jacks hadn't crossed, seeing someone with whom he had shared a connection appearing in a popular TV show must have been rather surreal for old JB, perhaps not dissimilar to the birthday boy watching a match involving Triple H. Squared circling back to Killer Kowalski, viewers new to the Tubecast may be unaware that Matt was Triple H's sparring partner in real life, but Hunter moved on with what he learned at that time. Matt lacked the skills to even win a world title in imaginary wrestling. That's true. Still, that claim to fame might be a mighty cool thing to be able to tell people, but here's a tip. It may not have been the desired effect if you tell them on a Halloween while dressed like the Macho Man. That's right. Yes,
so, Matt,
that's right.
Did you ever update your IMDb to put the fact that you do make an appearance in that Triple H documentary?
I should.
Probably should.
Yeah, I could. I still haven't updated to put the thing where I was in the game plan. I have coworkers that are going, "You're in the game plan?" I'm like, "Yeah." Why didn't you tell me? I'm like, "I'm an extra." Yeah, but you're in it like a bunch of times. I'm like, I still haven't seen it. I just don't like watching myself act. And I'll tell you the scene where you see me the scene where you see me the most in that movie is The Rock has his pensive, like, deep thought moment where he's like thinking about his life, and he's in like the ice tub, and as they're panning like toward him, I'm on the left of him, I think, so, and I'm like pretending to fix one of the other tubs. It was literally the director went, "I need someone to fix that tub. Something's going on in the background. Can you do it?" What are you gonna do? I don't know. Just fix it. Okay. And I just sit there and went, whoop, whoop, whoop. So that's probably the only real thing worthwhile. But no, I hope you're looking up Jack Riley in IMDb for me.
I am not.
Ah, you son of a... Oh, look, I'm here.
I thought you said Jack Palance.
Jack. Yeah, that's the first thing that popped up. Jack Riley, actor, American actor and comedian. Jack Riley. Let's see here. Oh, okay, I know who that is. He had like a quiet, like subtle humor to him. He was really good. All right, I know where that is. All right, so there it is, and no relation. Um,
From Cleveland.
yes, there you go.
He's in Rugrats.
What's that?
He's in Rugrats Go Wild as Stu Pickles.
Is he really?
Yes.
Nice. Let's see here. I asked, here's a good question for our people asking about game particulars. Excuse me. Does the count-out disqualification rule kick in at the end of the match where there's a point differential, or is it at any point during the match when it hits, it just disqualifies you and the match is over? Aha. The answer to this one can be discovered by paying closer attention to the current match results. In the January cycle, or tour, or round of play, or whatever you prefer, we began including duration of matches in not just minutes and seconds, but number of holds required to reach a conclusion. I didn't notice that. I pay attention. For example, if a match's description read Triple H over Brad Blaze in 6 at 5:21, disqualification interference by Martini. Oh, there she was. My cat. It would mean that after just 6 holds, the infamous jobber had already fallen behind by exactly the disqualification value, bringing the action to an abrupt halt. It would also mean Matt's cat wouldn't get any treats for a while. That's true. But the complete answer is that the CO/DQ rule can kick in at any point during a match, including at the end, if the final point spread equals a countout or disqualification value. That match still counts as ending by countout or DQ. Both Matt and Alex guessed it was at the end, so it seemed they were half right. Michael Cook had stated, I feel it's during the match that it can happen. I'm not 100% sure on that. Scott didn't weigh in on the subject, therefore he wasn't wrong at all. Scott wins. There it is.
There you go.
Yep. Alex offered, if I get it... If I get an Idaho tattoo on my back, will I get free matches for life to show it off when I'm at the beach? Johnny B says, the one and only way I would seriously entertain such a request with the ink in question were the faithful reproduction of a drawing by legendary manager Double R Rob Ratliff. Forget including a direct reference to that way. If a true wrestling fan encounters one of Catfish Rob's masterpieces and isn't intrigued enough to ask or seek out information about obtaining additional works, they're probably not someone I want to play in the game or want in the game. But don't despair, for I would consider providing you with free Battle Royal entries for a year if you were to equip your 1997 Camaro Z28 with a personalized Play IWA license plate. And of course, standard legal stipulation of picks or didn't happen would apply. There you go. What color is your car, by the way?
Black.
Oh, there you go. Did you put the kit light in yet?
No, I'm going to get a new bumper because the bumper doesn't have a cutout for it. So I have to buy a bumper that has a cutout for it so I can do that. Makes the noise, too.
The special effects really made it work.
That's the idea.
I'm sending Scott the email to make sure he can get in, too. For some reason, we had to email him. Oh, man. We had to email him the Skype invite because, my computer's a potato.
Potato.
Yep.
You might as well get a Chromebook there, buddy.
Yes. I know.
So I had a me and Matt were talking about, at least I was talking to Matt about
no.
the whoever does the IWA travel department for these matches.
Oh yes,
are ridiculous. Because we're going from La Paz to Warsaw to Panama City to Baber's Cut to Des Moines to Orange Beach. And I think, if I'm looking at the CWL, they run 59 cards in about 3 weeks. So we're talking about 21 days. Talk about 2 cards, there's about 3 shows a day going on in most of these leagues.
Right.
If I had a wrestler in the game, I would complain about the schedule. It's worse than WWF in 1986.
Well, it comes up with a good question. Does it mean the IWA would be better off? Would that be better off having more realistic schedule with bigger cards? Like if the card be like, instead of I think it's 8 or 9 matches now, we have 20.
It'd be rough just to do it from a point of view of getting that many matches in there with as many different wrestlers as possible.
Yeah.
like logistically speaking. I'm talking about like, everyone knows my beef with regional titles, and now with match locations and how many cards there are in 3 weeks.
Well, let me see. If I just let's look at the CWL: La Paz, Warsaw, Panama City, Barber's Cut.
There's time zones involved here,
Des Moines,
too, buddy.
Orange Beach. Where the hell is Orange Beach? Meridian, New Haven, Connecticut. Like, there's a lot of like it could be Juneau. Okay, Toronto, easy. But
you go into Windsor, right, Ontario, and then you go into Perth, Australia, back to Baton Rouge.
I'm looking here in Dakawandarache, Bombay. He wrestled in Houston. The next night, wrestled in Athens. F you, Takeshiwashi. Get on the plane. But, boss, I'm so tired. Oh, no, you got 2 more matches tomorrow night, too.
Yeah, I think they should have a IWA union at this point. It's pretty ridiculous. Poor Lazarus Lane and Samantha Solis and running these guys fucking ragged.
I just picturing Johnny B. union busting. Kim, did you talk to somebody? No, I didn't.
Did you drop these pamphlets in the bathroom? Which is a real story from one of my jobs.
What?
Yes, because in the past, I'm not saying currently, in the past we've done some things to make sure that unions weren't necessarily a thing in the places that I've worked. And sometimes these union people would come in and drop pamphlets in the women's bathroom. So we couldn't go in there and look.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think I told you that somebody from the union, in like the big union here in Boston, came to my house and was like left a note and paper for me to like, help start the union at your store. And it's like, how did you find me?
It's pretty creepy.
Yeah.
Pretty creepy. So if you guys are down with the IWA union, please let me know. I want more free matches, goddammit.
Yes. Dan did not get paper bulletins, so he didn't get a Iwar sticker.
Oh.
So I had a roll made up, and I sent him an IWA. I didn't want to bombard him, but I thought, if an IWA player plays a couple rounds, throw him a sticker. It's a fun little...
Have you gotten the Iwar toilet paper done yet?
Soon, but I need to be 4-ply. If you don't have a bidet, you need a good 4-ply. You want your finger busting through there.
I'm just saying, the ones at my job are pretty... Like, I go straight,
Did you spend like a half hour washing your hands? You give up poop shakes that day?
No, I went straight for the hand sanitizer.
Oh, there you go.
But like we have Charmin here at the house, right? So we take care of ourselves here. But what does everyone else use? There Angel Soft guy there, Matt. That's what's going on right here.
It's like Scott, but it's the good one, not the Scott cheap one. Scott paper makes like like basically like a breeze and it's gone.
Like you don't ever get the brown one because it's weird.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? Like, remember toilet paper had colors. There was the time, and I would say late '80s, early '90s, blue, pink.
Yeah.
Usually, your crazy aunt would have the pink one for some reason.
It would be the grandmother's house who would have like the pink motif toilet paper, everything matched.
And they would have the seat cover that's like soft, and not the hard one, but the soft ones that would crack sometimes.
I'll tell you, my big outside of the bidet, my favorite toilet innovation is the slow lowering toilet seat.
Yeah.
Because like I swear, like at work, it's so funny. Because whenever somebody goes in, it's like, oh my god! I swear, like Trader Joe's bathrooms, I don't know what it is. Outside of gas stations are the most abused public bathrooms. They really are.
So at my job, the stalls are completely enclosed.
Oh, that's nice.
So you walk in, you have your urinals to your right, and then you have 3 stalls, but they're completely enclosed, like little pods, poop pods, you can call them.
I would call them poop pods.
Yeah, there it is.
we just actually some of the stores have like crew bathrooms, right? So like employee bathrooms. And one of the guys I used to work with, he's a manager in the store, and he was telling me
in the urinal.
No, somebody was boozing and left all their Fireball nips in the employee bathroom, so you knew it was an employee.
Yeah.
And the person they they figured out because like, they went to the bathroom after some people were going and checking, and they found, sure enough, Fireball nips in this bathroom trash can, and they challenged this person on it, who smelled like Fireball. It's a cinnamon
Yeah.
whiskey, is it? What is it? I've never had
I
it.
believe
But
it's a whiskey. You can get it, like, they sell it right there in the fucking 7-Eleven now. Like, right.
it's, yeah. And Massachusetts, by the way, is trying to ban nips
Yeah, I can see
as
that.
environmental thing, which I agree. Like, because all they really do is
Bottles
tell you.
everywhere.
All you really need to do is like, oh, where do the people work our booze bags? So this person, oddly enough, denied it, and they were like, well, we don't have an actual physical, like, we don't have, like, no one saw you do it. And you could be, like, he was saying it was his gum he was chewing,
Yeah.
which, big red gum
Big red.
is cinnamon flavored. The next day, the person came back and apologized and said it was that, and they fired them. I was like, were they trying to go for, like, the unemployment? Like, what's that about? That's weird.
That is bizarre.
Yeah. Yes, I sent Dan Heyman a sticker. I sent all the guys on the Iwar creator team. I sent the sticker to.
Nice.
I have it on the back of my car, right above my AEW sticker, and below the Boston League of Wicked Women Wrestlers, which was absolutely amazing show to go to. They're having a new show coming up soon, so I want to go to that. But yeah. Let's see here. Joe, what do you want to do next?
Let's
Talk
start.
about, unless you want to have more conversation about the towns, because I would like to see, like, I know it's more ink to say it, but like, let me look at BRL real quick. I'm just curious. Anniston, Belfast, Orange Beach again, Richmond, and really, should we talk about like how these towns, like, it was Orange Beach drew 34,97, and over here in CWL, Orange Beach drew 36. How the hell is CWL outdrawing us in Orange Beach? No way. I say those numbers are cooked. I want to see the sales ticket stubs. Oh, I enjoy imaginary wrestling.
So card 94 in the BRL, 40,000 folks in Singapore went to see the main event of Patrick O'Malley, Agent 26, and Punk Rock Mike over the Nightmare Johnny Carvage, David Dark, and Donnie Dark. And it went for 8:59 as a count out.
Can I tell you
the
that is
Singaporeans
perfect?
rieted.
Because that is exactly the kind of match you would see like on some international card. Oh yeah, there it is. Like one the Suburban Hill Savages against Johnny Carnage. Those guys have been active in like a year.
They don't even get a fucking title match. Fly over to Singapore. These poor people have one show to watch. And it's like there's not even a title match on it.
It's like when like the Horsemen came to Boston.
No, there was
and
a
it
South. No. The Southeast title was defended in Singapore. It was a Southeast Asia.
Southeast Singapore. Everyone knows that. That's where all the best stuff is. They build the bidets there.
They do.
It all comes around. Where the hell is Gander? Come on, they're just making stuff up now. Gander, Hazard County. Okay. Oh my God, Hazard County, like Luke and Duke.
Yeah.
Mexicali. Is that real?
We're going back to Kokomo,
Muskegon.
so that's good.
I want to find the worst main event in the most like random place. Like, okay, Shizuoki. Oh, sorry, I'm not gonna say it.
No, Midtown Manhattan. Attendance 32,235. Main event: Mike Dynasty beat the Noble Sheik in 3 minutes.
What's the main event?
The main event.
I love it. Let me find a good one here. Oh, here's a good one. Newark, New Jersey, 124. Victor Von Schnapp Jr. defeated Fenris with a special guest referee, Dungeon Master Sheldon Schrute, as a guest referee. I'm looking to see. Oh, I see it is. Okay, a couple. All right. So not on that card, our card 124 in BRL. Sensational RJ Gallo outmuscled Lumberjack Timber in 6 at 37 seconds. So I see. I didn't notice that before. And right above it, Mannequin 1 beat Ageless Wonder Buddy Botox in 11. So you see, like, okay, yeah. I never noticed that. Thanks for paying attention, me. All right. So, anyways, should we do
Poor
some
Mike Dynasty had to go to Newark to Berlin the next fucking day.
Mike Downey's a horse, man. He's a
Oh,
workhorse.
125 cards in 3 weeks.
I kind of want to see like a really lousy attendance cards too, and see like
That should be a thing too, like 500 main event Noble Sheik.
I don't think there's
taking on Mr. Bricks. Drew 100 people. Tokyo, Japan.
Like MML's pretty dead, so let me check there. Watch it be alive now. Yeah, 19 cards. They're like drawing like 9,000 people. Main event is Mysterious Beaver and Brian Buster Brawler. Tied the Reaper of the Reefer and Ace Anderson. So you don't even get a finish in the main event, and no wonder they're not drawing fans. They got the bullshit main events. Man. Let's see, KHL. That looks like a dead league to me. Most places with like 8,000 in active
That's
titles.
the thing we should track, by the way. IWA, what was the biggest attendance, the biggest attendant card for the cycle?
Oh.
So like I see like a 48,000 card, 56 in CWL, 47,000.
Oh, the highest, biggest crowd. You
biggest
mean?
attendance. That should be celebrated somewhere. 46,000 people in Amsterdam.
Well, I like too is the Battle Royal held in Providence. They were.
Was the only thing on that show was the Battle Royal?
It's in Providence. 17,000 fans showed up to watch JD Fortune throw a dead girl to win the Battle Royal.
CWL's Battle Royal was in Compton.
Oh man, Compton.
Right next to the NWA.
The only Battle Royal that matters, and I want to say this right now, I am pursuing this player to join the Iwar draft. That is one wrestler from the Snake Venom League named Joe Tusa. He's a Rocky Mountain champion. He has 759 wins. He has 1,619 losses. That's not the important part. He's a Battle Royal machine. And he kept winning the Battle Royal until our good buddy Jake went in there and started messing with him. And winning the Battle Royal. Now Joe Tusa's been without a Battle Royal, but he's done well. He had a league title a couple cycles ago. But I want to see where Joe Tusa finished this cycle.
So Dan Heyman says the population of Orange Beach, Alabama is 8,000. So people are flying in to Orange Beach, Alabama to check out the show.
What about you here, folks? We're here for some IWA action. Woo, doggy. The Waffle House waitress, Donna, won the Battle Royal.
There
and Joe
you
Tusa
go.
was already eliminated. But Joe Tusa, if you're listening, we probably know you're not, but if you were, man, Orange Beach, Alabama, I wouldn't even know that was where it was. I would have been like, oh, California? I probably don't want to know why it's called Orange Beach. It's probably some horrible, horrible historical marker.
Yeah, it's probably pretty terrible.
What league you want to do first?
NWL, homie. The rookies have to get their rest. It's 12:30 at night.
Oh, yeah. NWL, here we go. All right. This is NWL number 219. League champion, winning 10 free matches as he retains the title. Double D Christoph.
There it is.
There it is. And 5 matches for each D. He takes the number 1 spot overall so far for the year, so well done, sir. TV champion, the reprobate, Lanny Teague. Central Plains champion, Bill Sloan's El Grandioso. East Coast champion, Slapshot Chris Samaki. Great Lakes champion, Hillbilly Voodoo, Docs Holland. Mid-Atlantic champion, Greg E. Money. Northeast champion, Blitzkrieg. Pacific Northwest champion, Thomas T.D. Banks. That's T.D., not Titty. Rocky Mountain champion, Scapegoat. Southeast champion, which is very popular in Singapore, Mike Rampage Sanders. Southwest champion, Killer Creed. West Coast champion, Dr. Steven Seafar. Let's see here. Tag champs winning 5 free matches for retaining them, Scapegoat and Hypnotic. TV tag champs, El Grandioso and Hillbilly Voodoo, Docs Holland. And then we have League 6-man champions, Starlight, Double D Christoph, and the reprobate Lenny Teague. And I'm to understand that trio won the belts with a blind flow.
Really?
So that's why I call the old school Iway multi-man, where you just randomly team up with people and you somehow win. Love those things. TV 6-man champions, Hypnotic, Kamikaze, and Blitzkrieg. And your Battle Royal winner, Thomas T.D. Banks. Welcome aboard to our new players. We have Let me see here. Sid, Guitar Man, Rusty Chains, who the player actually reached out to me. I started designing his wrestler. I'm going on a little wrestler creation run, so I'll get some more of those out. Blackheart, Bobby Bishop. So some new players. Welcome aboard. I skimmed the TT real quickly. This is more Aaron's department than mine. But we've got the guys all working together. But I know the All Rookie Cup is underway. I don't know the results. I didn't look them up. I would hazard a guess that Double D Christoph advanced over Hypnotic because he's crushing it. Scapegoat, I don't know. It's hard to say here, but this is a fun event, so good luck to those in there. Otherwise, I think there's a pay-per-view coming up relatively soon. June 24. No, that's now. Hold on. August, so a couple cycles away. So you got June 25, you got July 15th, so probably with 2 cycles till the actual matches happen. So get those promos in there and see if you can get on the show. There you go. Yeah, I like Chris Hillsborough is Chris Hero in this picture, but he's actually doesn't look like that at all. But that's okay. I'm working on that. It's in the works. There it is. So
there it is.
Be sure to check out there. The NWL Battle Royal took place in Stowe, Vermont. Boy, 48,000 rabid NWL fans descended upon Stowe, Vermont, and watched Thomas T.D. Banks throw out his stablemate, Greggy Money, to win.
So I want to start the petition to rename the New Wave League to the National Wrestling League. We're not living in a proper world until that's done.
Well, I'll put the good one to
get the Survey Monkey ready to go. There it is.
Darren says he's listening. He can't comment on YouTube. Can't comment on YouTube
because he's banned. Is he banned?
What does he do now? Oh, he must have got banned. Darren, you're talking Lakers talking. I bet he was giving crap people, Laker fans. You know, they are. Those Laker fans. The Celtics are winning. He's probably causing problems. Is that Jimmy Snuka?
It is.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
You forget, like, I was like, is that, I was thinking to myself, is that Jimmy Snuka or a guy trying to look like him? That's Jimmy Snuka.
That is.
Only a few years out of his murdering girlfriend phase. So good for him.
Jimmy Snuka was, I believe, the second ECW champion. He was around.
Yes.
I think Tito was the first one, to be honest.
That sounds right.
So, as a reminder, we were watching the very first ECW show. This is before they even had TV. So, there it is.
Well, you know, you got to have the big shows to make sure that you get those fans in the building.
Absolutely.
All right, so where are we going next?
Next up, CWL. Cycle number 322. League champion, Disquanshik Boombaye.
Just say it slow.
Daka Wanda Shea Boombaye.
There you go.
TV champion, Victor Von Schnapp Jr. United States champion from the Battle Royal, Nature Boy Phil Landers. Yukon champion, Spanish chef Queso Diaz. That's funny. Caribbean champion, Professor M. Algernon. Amazon Basin champion, Alec Von Schnapp. British Isles champion, Mike Freakin Mason. Arabian champion, the American Patriot. South African champion, Norman the Loon Kefkis. Siberian champion, High Speed Chase Driver. East Asian champion, Barry USA Stevens. Oceanic champion, Alex Von Schnapp. League Tag Team champions, winning another 5 free matches. The Major Benefactor and the Genuine Artificial.
There you go.
TV Tag Team Champions, Axel and Alex Von Schnapp. League 6-Man Champions, Axel, Alex, and Alex Von Schnapp. 6-Man Champions, the Major Benefactor, Nature Boy Phil Landers, and the Genuine Artificial. And your Battle Royal winner, winning 25 free CWL matches, Dakawansishe Boombaye.
Him too.
So what's going down in the CWL? Well, they just had their latest pay-per-view, which is Allegiance. So please read the results. Very, very fine show, as always. And again, if you want to get caught up on the actions real fast, check out the CW Blaze 411 with Fahrenheit.
Yes, and I would say check out page 26 for shocking wrestling action.
No one cares.
Yeah, well, sorry.
I mean, CWL is always full of surprises, and there ought to be lots of shocking moments, possibly in the future. We'll see about that. All right. So, when you next up, the IWL Independent Wrestling League.
Yes.
Take that one.
You want me to?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So number 192, the IWL League Champion Joe Boring. Boo. TV Champion Magnifico Astro. New York City Champion Magnificent Marvin Moyer. Los Angeles Champion Pop Culture Peter Cross. Sinister Sean Brutals at Boston Champion. Shotgun James Carnage, the Detroit Champion. And the Cleveland Champions On Point Edward Porteron. Dallas Champion Texas Jesse Tombstone. Memphis Champion Bill Bonecutter. Miami Champion Lee Tigation. San Fran Champion Kid Justice. And the Chicago Champion Father Arturo Bartolo. League Tag Champs Excelente Astro and Ultimo Astro. TV Tag Champions Chase Grace and Justin Grace. League Six-Man Champions Texas Jesse Tombstone, Blackjack Robertson, and Shotgun James Carnage, the Regulators. And Michigan Border Patrols Suyu Pai, Windsor D. Detroit, and On Point Edward Huron were the TV Six-Man Champions. And the Battle Royal winner, winning 25 free IWL matches, Magnifico Astro. There it is.
I dig it, man. I dig it. So it's going down in the IWL.
Well, let's see here. Well, he had the results from the pay-per-view. I don't know if I want to go into them now because I know he put them out there, but I don't want to steal thunder.
Step on toes.
Yeah, yo. But there was a Soul Survivor event which I somehow forgot to enter because I'm apparently a potato head. So I'm tired.
Soul Survivor.
I was up at 5 a.m. today, so I'm a little burned. Yeah. I work 6 to 2 on the weekends, so taking that truck in. Yep.
Delicious.
Let me see here. Let's looking at what the things that are going on. Yeah, Soul Survivor. So, lots to check. I mean, it's a good report. It really is. Lots going on. And it's always funny to see guys come on every so often, on the dungeon page or pop up, and they'll be like, "Hey, man, what's a good trash talk league to play in?" And I always say the conversation begins with the Iwar. It always does. All the leagues have stuff going on.
Toot.
Toot toot. As Arn Anderson would say, not to toot my horn, but toot toot. That always lives in my head. So yeah, that's CWL. And that's Martini. Dun, 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 dun.
I dig it, man. I dig it.
I don't know if you can see it or not. Oh, there she is.
Yeah, we can.
Nice.
I've been trying to work on. If I don't, so I have a screen for the behind the scenes. So obviously, box. Let's say 2 screen. This is a screen capture of video from Skype. If I'm not actively on that screen, so I gotta have multiple mats up in my face a lot for him to if I move off of it to something else, he will stop.
Oh, okay.
So you will freeze. So I have to keep him up as much as I can. So if I go to do something else and I'm not on his screen, he will freeze. I don't know why. Please move. Thank you. So I try to keep him up best I can. But I'm going to switch right now because I want to read off the results of the next league. So Matt's going to freeze.
Yep.
Make a silly face, Matt. All right, Western Trails League, number 94, Western Frontier Champions. It should be the Western States Heritage Champion, but no, I don't run a league anymore, so I have no say in these
Yeah.
things. Nat J. Love, Lone Star Champion Blackjack Robertson, Central Plains Champion Touchdown Tommy Maddox from the Steelers, Texas Mexico Champion Mid South Maxwell, Dodge City Champion Lone Ranger, Tombstone Champions winning $25,000 in 5 free matches. The Trash Can Balls Buckshots, Prairie View Champion Tim Pressive, Widowmaker Champion from the Bunkhouse Brawl, Mr. Penny Nickel, Badlands Champion Steve Boston, Cripple Creek Champion Bart Shatterday, Southwest Champion Outlaw Ron Logan, Chisholm Trail Champion Marshall Reeves, Western Frontier Tag Team Champions, The Swamp, E.C. Rott, and The Anomaly, Savannah Dexter, Lone Star Tag Team Champions, the Spittoon Lou Gee and the Gambler Jack Potts, Western Frontier is 6-man champions Shanks Wilna, Shellbuck Charlie, and Shackles Malone, Lone Star 6-man champions Wayne Wyatt and Bart Shatterday, and your Bunkhouse Brawl winner, the Trash Man, Balls Buckshot. So, Matt, what's going down in the Western Trails League?
Well, actually, oddly enough, I got some requests earlier from the WTL commissioner, Ryan Patrick, and he asked me to mention a couple of things. So, first, the WTL has the Triple Crown prize pool. It's now at 43 matches and $600,000. You can win this prize, which goes up each cycle, that no one wins the league, tag, and 6-man championship with the same wrestler, and have some TT in the bulletin. So if you just win it, but don't have any TT, you don't actually cash it in. You just win the round. So that's part one. Part two is the Beat the Clock Challenge. You had to beat the fastest time to victory in order to earn the title shot at Range Wars pay-per-view. Blackjack Robertson had the fastest time beating Babyface Nelson in 1812, and he will face Western Trails champion Wyatt Shatterday. The Regulators, Shotgun James Carnage and Texas Jesse Tombstone, beat Judge Jack Carlson in Night Court in 22:53 to earn the right to face Rags to Riches for the WTL Texas Tornado Tag Team titles. He said 3 things, but there's only 2 here. But maybe meant all 3 little titles there. But he wants to help promote the WTL's Triple Crown as a device to draw people in. So it's a really good prize. So you should consider it, folks. If you're not in there, challenge for all the belts. I got to get better at doing that myself. So there it is, WTL.
I wonder if there's a way that the IWA would do a scenario where, instead of having to write out all the matches, can you put challenge for all belts? Scroll down. Okay, do another number. Let's do 666. That means challenge for all belts.
Well, I was thinking about this
all
the other day.
Regionals at least 10. Was it 10 regionals? 8 regionals? 12?
I would
14?
assume there is a cost benefit analysis type thing of if the IWA had set up some sort of online submission form where you could submit your matches and your strategies online, and would that save them the cost and time and effort of having someone to actually have to,
monitor inboxes? Yeah.
Right. So, I don't know.
Electronic form is not that expensive to create, to be honest.
I'm just saying.
And I'm saying you could put a formula in there when you put in your strategies, not to pick one twice.
Ooh, I'd appreciate that. Yeah. So,
in the BRL, the main event card on card 69 is a TV tag titles that were won by 0.
What card was it?
BRL card 69.
Nice.
So what happens? What does that mean when you win by 0?
I believe you win by 6 holds in a row. Let me see here. Hold on. Let me go to BRL 69. Nice. Jesus. In 10. So it looks like, they won that with 6 holds in a row. So I'm guessing, Johnny, you can probably chime in here better next time we have this. But it was Double R, Rob Ratliff, and Nightingale D'Artagnan Boulder Fist of the Minnesota Boulder Fists. Defeated the Bog Trotter brothers in 10 at 29:06. So I'm guessing they were tied before that point, and they just won 6 in a row. But I'm really tired, so I'm not thinking. So we'll have to go with that for now.
I'm just saying I don't think championships should be changed hand on disqualifications or count out.
Just another thing to mention real quick. Ryan says the IWL has a real shot of falling out of the top 10. He really wants it to stay in the top 10. It'd be nice. Don't forget, guys, the Iwar match deal. $12, 20 matches, and 30 scrub wins. So there it is.
Me and Ryan both have a sentimental attachment to the IWL. We always want to see it to do well.
So there it is. All right. So what's next?
Battle Royal League, my friend.
All right. BRL. Let me get in there. All right. This is the BRL number 620, and this is a cycle where the matches determine the winners of the Imagine Bash pay-per-view.
Oh, there you go.
So, league champion Squeakums the Clown. I believe he had a 501. I'm gonna double check that because I want to make sure I get this right. But 500. That's still pretty good. Still pretty good there.
I don't think I've ever had a 500.
Yeah, but the
in
good
all,
news
in all
is
11
Really?
years I've been doing this. Yeah.
I don't know. Luther might have had a 500 when he won that Metro title, and he won something else. It was like
I think it was a 499.
it may have been. Yeah, that'd be a Luther move to win with a 499.
Yeah.
So, just side note here: Squeakums the Clown won the league title and the BRL title. I'm sorry, the BRL Battle Royal. So he earned $25 in credit for the league championship and $25 for the Battle Royal win. So that's $50 in out-of-way credit. Well done.
Someone had a hell of a cycle.
Yeah. Let's see. Tag champs, the Bog Trotters, win 5 free matches. They retain them. The TV tag champs, Double R Rob Ratliff and D'Artagnan Boulderfist, as we discussed with their big win on card 69. The six-man champions, Mannequins 1, 2, and 3. Again, they're always winning those belts. BRL TV six-man champions, Tiny Jorinen, Crusher Kunutila, and Lobo Latamaki. I hate you for these names, and I hate you more for blocking my team from the winning the championships. You bum. Speaking of bums, BRL TV champion, Crusher Kunutila. Nutilla?
Yeah,
Nutilla,
Nutella.
like the spread?
Gross.
Central Plains champion, Alec von Schnapp. East Coast champion, Victor von Schnapp. Great Lakes champion, other von Schnapp. No, I'm kidding. It's Patrick O'Malley. Middle East champion, the Pain Master, Ike Payne. The Northeast champion, Author of Agony, LePage Turner. Pacific Northwest champion, Robert Pepper. Rocky Mountain champion, Debediah Bogtrotter. Southeast champion, that D'Artagnan Boulderfist guy. Southwest champion, Fenris. And the West Coast champion, from the Battle Royal, Wolf. So I can read you the results for most of the show for the Magic Bash card. If I can figure out my writing here. I'll start at the bottom of the show. So Hawaiian Heartthrob defeated Uncle Randy. Big Guns Greg Gennard defeated Dash DeLorean. Dungeon Master Sheldon Schrute defeated the American Destroyer. Thumbtack Jack defeated Double R Rob Ratliff, I think. Let me double check that because I just looked at my scribble. I can't read it. Oh, never mind. I think he did not win it. Yeah, I'm sorry. It was a tie. So never mind. I'll make a note to myself here. Draw. Let's see. The Mannequins match they retained. I won't talk about that just yet because there was other stuff going on. Trifecta won the six-man title shot match because the Von Atkinsons left the BRL again. What a shock. I swear, every time he comes in, he's like, oh, I'm going to trash talk and do stuff. And he doesn't, and then he leaves, and he comes back in again, and he's like, hey, I'm going to come in and trash talk and be active. And I'm like, okay, and then I put you in some stuff and you leave. Like, dude, come on. And the other trio did not even stay active. So, again, as I always say, as long as you are active, I can have you in events, I can have you in tournaments. Make my life easy, will you? Frandel Warpslayer and Hillbilly Steve tied. And then U.S. Male defeated Tayushi Mizuku. But there's a little twist coming to that match. Yamazaki Corp with a 5-16 earned the shot to challenge for the global tag belts at Autumn Anarchy. I won't say who won the ladder match because they're the number one contender. I'll let you guys read it because it's a good twisty event. Let's just say that it was a good mix. Let's see, in a huge win after like having the Tommy Dreamer Raven situation where they could never ever beat Samoan Death Grip, the McFlaherty brothers defeated Samoan Death Grip to become the new global tag champions. So good on them. Well done. The North American Championship, Monster Truck Tanaka with a 494 retained over Mark Justice and Oliver Livingston. So that was a close one. And then our main event, Triple Threat, Battle of the Brothers, Agent 26, the champion, fighting his best friend and Suburban Hill Savage partner, Punk Rock Mike, as well as Flashy Jack Ferdinand. It was Punk Rock Mike coming out on top, and he's once again, third time now, 3-time global champion. And the last time he held the belt for like 4 years. So,
Yep.
Yikes. But I think you will find that the pay-per-view main event for Autumn Anarchy with Punk Rock Mike and who he's facing will be very much fun. Let's see. So that's BRL. There's a lot going on. Again, always BRL. I feel like I need to do more to help facilitate feuds. I would say this. If you find yourself going, well, I'm kind of like spinning my wheels. And I can tell you, like, in IWL-wise, I felt like this for a long time with Atari. Like, I just feel like I've had all my feuds. I don't know who else to go against now. I don't want to turn him heel again. I just don't know what I'm doing with him. And I didn't even do trash talk that over the cycle. It was like I could not get anything together. So I would say if you're looking for like a good feud, drop me a line. I'll try to play matchmaker. There's a lot of good players in there. They just need the right mix. Like I always feel like Royal Family of Doom, when they're on the go, they can really do some great stuff. Ghostly Shadows, El Avero, you see what you get from like Frandel, Wopslayer, other guys. I just want to see more people having fun, so freaking spider. So make sure, if you want to have a little more fun, you look at something different, do a big twist. If you're in any of the matches in the pay-per-view, by the way, and you wish to write them, let me know. I'm happy to let you write those matches for me. If you've seen the format we use, we kind of keep it like a paragraph at most. The idea is to kind of like capture the action. You can go a little longer if you want for whatever reason, if it's a title match or you get more angles going on. That's cool. We just want to have fun here, so make sure you enjoy it. So that's the BRL.
I dig it. So next up would be...
I think there's BWL left, right?
BWL.
Yeah. Holy shit, it's 1 o'clock.
Sure is.
East Coast time.
East Coast.
Maybe we'll do a special episode next week with Scott to do the Lethal Lottery.
I'm down.
That's cool. It's gonna be a fun show.
Yeah.
Because we're drawing the teams and we're doing the results live off these scores, so anybody could win because we don't know. And Scott's really having fun this week with his kid, Joshua graduating. BWL. All right, let me get that up for you here. Okay, number 37, the Black Widow champion, representing SOS, Brenda Bring the Pain, which I believe we're talking a 501 here and a real strong shot at a women's championship. Not to jinx it, but yeah, 501, and I think it was 28-10. I forget now, but Jeff runs Brenda, so Jeff Manning might be winning another IWA championship for the Women's League. That's cool. TV champion, Betty Than You. BWL champion, Battle Royal champion, Queen Bee, Sarah B. Money, So Queen Bee Sarabee Money is part of the same stable that Greggy Money is in the NWL. So well done. Japan Idol champion Gold Digger Gina Colada. Joshi champion Supreme Court Justice. Zendo champion Rachel Yamazaki. Luchadores champion Queen Bee Sarabee Money. Cholitas champion Rudy Groove. And side note, if you guys saw the link I posted, among many, but there was a link to a Cholitas championship match down in Mexico, and those matches are insane. So check out that video. Bellatrix champion Rachel Van Dorn. Themyscira champion Spitfire Jeannie Briggs. Hollywood champion Jersey Jen Grapevine. Sin City champion Bab Dwyer. And the Wilwick champion Bandita. So that's the excitement there. That's what it would say is a zippity-doo-dah. So Alex fell asleep.
I'm right here, dude. I'm right here.
I'm vamping. I will say this: our numbers are down a little bit, so we're hoping to get some more people inactive. Number one contender is Queen of the Ring, Aria Gunpowder. Then we got Huntress, Penny Punk, Wildfire Betty Red, Meat Train, Az and Killswitch, Kilgia, Chaosin, and Joya Pyro as our active wrestlers. So hopefully we'll see returns of some of our wrestlers. I know like Aaron was really busy this week, so he had to miss this cycle on the BWL. But I've got some ideas I'm trying to run through here. And hopefully I'll stir some action, so to speak. Stir the pot, as it were. Yeah. So, anyways.
I dig it. So let me ask you a question, a little behind the scenes question here. So I see that the Iwar Women's Champion. So when that changes, like, do you send a new picture, or how's that work?
Yes, the women's champ picture. I just use that, but whoever the championship is, whoever their avatar is, we just put that in there. So a little bonus, like so.
So like, do you send that like say like there's a switch? Do you send it that Tuesday, or like logistically speaking?
Oh yeah, I would send it like if I knew they were. I mean, because we're online, no one's going to be really surprised by the result by the time they get the bulletin. They'll see the scores and know what they did. But it's a fun way to like kind of rep the championship.
Absolutely.
And,
Cool.
It is not too late to enter Lethal Lottery. If you email Iwar events at AOL.com, that is Scott's. We'll go into events next, anyways. But it's a good segue. So,
is it too late to join the Rumble in the Bronx?
No, I want to get that out there at some point and have that actually happen. I was at 6 straight holes. Thanks, guys. I thought I had that right. So Scott has stepped up to take over the events coordination. So he's like, wrangling people to join events. So if you want to be in an event, you send him information and you send IWA information. Remember, while we do these events for the IWAR network and all this stuff, we don't work for IWA. So don't send us your credit card information. Don't send us any money.
It's happened, so.
Unless it's gold. I'll take gold. But no, it's just a matter of Scott is really coordinating those things. So for the Lethal Lottery event, if you're like, hey, I want one of my wrestlers in there, just submit any one of your wrestlers, and they'll be in the pool of guys we draw from. So I think we'll do this drawing. We'll figure out what date next week, most likely, because it is late, and I know you guys are up late too, and I've been up since 5, so I'm feeling it. But the hour events to keep in mind right now, a Magic Clash, 15. So Double R, Rob Radford, Trounce, Sanya Lucha. I got to figure out a way to make a really good storyline come out of that with Lucha losing by like 30 points. The Millennial Reign continued their impressive run. They defeated the long-running Samoan Death Grip as the IWAR World Tag Champions. And then when we have these Lethal Lottery events, so Lethal Lottery events also mean something different from when they actually go to challenge for the IWAR championships they're challenging for. So, for instance, the Trio 6-man champions that won the Lethal Lottery were Su Pai, Flash Jack Ferdinand, and Double D Christoph. They challenged the Von Schnaps but instead of our usual 6-man match, it's the individual scores head-to-head. And by a score of 1483 to 1478, we have new 6-man champions. They upset the Von Schnaps. So well done, Lethal Lottery Trio. You're the second Lethal Lottery Trio to do that. And then Hillbilly Kevin defeated Big Guns Greg Gannar in a 498 to 496. Good. That's a good score match right there. That's like tough because a 496 you're like, whew, but Hillbilly Kevin stepped it up. Oh, by the way, the Youth Lottery is free to join. That's another thing too. So,
like those.
Yeah. Oh man, my leg.
What's the prize? $1 million?
Sure. No, no. The Lethal Lottery winners will face the Iwar World Tag Champs, and what makes it difficult or challenging for the champs is that oftentimes the team that won, they don't flow. They're just kind of two wrestlers going by themselves, so it can make it difficult for the champs to retain, as the Von Schnaps found out. Let's see here. Event-wise, so where were we? Okay. So, the 16th Best of the Best tournament, or series, has one crazy summer, and the finals will feature Blackjack Robertson versus Mike Freaky Mason. Blackjack Robertson defeated Tsuyoshi Mizuku, 496 to 492, and Mike Mason crushed the Chameleon, 497 to 490. The Murano tournament came down to the Millennial Reign and the Americanos, and Millennial Reign picked a real good time to have a 516. You bum, Jeremy. So they're the Murano winners. The Iwar draft is still coming together if you want to be in it. So far, we have Brick Johnson, Frandel Warpslayer, PA Knight, Scapegoat, Chris Hillsborough, Swampsock Jr., Greggy Money, and He-Man Hoven entered the draft. So if you want in, drop me a line. I know some players reached out and said, hey, I want this guy, that guy. We're working on it. Remember, contact iwarevents@aol.com. The Johnny B. Cup came down to 3 matches. For the winners of 3 matches, all right, would go on to face off in a triple threat match in the finals. So it was Greggy Money over Dark Danger, 497 to 492. Monstruck Tanaka got beat by the reprobate Lenny Teague, 499 to 494. And it was your everyday hero. Oh, I'm sorry. No, that's wrong. Punk Rock Mike defeated your everyday hero, Lawver Livingston, and AJ Hammer, 496 to 494 to 493. So now the finals will be Greg E. Money, the reprobate Lenny Teague, and Punk Rock Mike. And remember, the first place prize is you drop 100 losses off your record. So for those guys in NWL,
it's a big deal, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking NWL here, and reprobate Lenny Teague, he would actually have all of his losses erased. He has 34 losses right now.
Officially undefeated.
Undefeated, and then Greggy Money has 71. So Greggy Money really wants to win. But what's nice about these prizes, first place is 100 losses off, second place is 50 losses off, and third is 25 losses off. So any one of those is really going to make those guys happy, because that's like a nice little, it's kind of a special prize you're going to have just for that event. But this is a really good prize. I mean, you got a trophy, a real trophy, the Iwar Revolution title shot, the loss drops, $59 in auto credit for first place, $1 million in imaginary money, and an Iwar magazine cover. Like, come on, guys, that's pretty cool. So that's that, and then we have over here. Let me see. Oh yeah, so coming up, we have Summer Series number 7. This is the hardest event we run when it comes to like just winning it. And this is actually a $3 per entry event. And what we do is we take your strategy average over 2 cycles, all right? And all the wrestlers in it, there's 20 wrestlers, the top 10 average score so far would advance to round 3. And then you take the score average over 3 cycles, and after 3 cycles, the top half of that third line, if you will, advance to round 4. The finals and the overall winner, the highest strategy average wins. So it's a really fun event. You get some Idaway credit out of it, and you get an Revolution title shot. Then we have the King of the Ring tournament, which is usually saved just for NWL veterans, the guys that came through the National Wrestling League or the New Wave League.
There's nothing new wave. I'm all punk, not new wave.
Um,
It's so lame.
So yeah, so there's that. So that's available. Drop us a line at the Iwar events at AOL.com. We had the Lethal Lottery. We talked about that. The Elite Trios tournament will start next. Oh crap! I didn't do the scores yet for this round 1. I got to do the scores. I haven't done the scores yet. I'll figure the scores out for that, and we'll talk about it on the show with Lethal Lottery drawings. Whoops! I'm not paying attention. I couldn't even tell you what the winners and losers are right now. If you want to have your wrestler created with an avatar, drop me a line, Riley1D20 at gmail.com, and I'll get that running and going. I'm getting better at tweaking these things. So there's actually all the steps listed in the IR magazine, how it works process-wise, and just take a look. Let me see what else we got going on. I think that's it. I think what we'll do is we will save the lottery drawing till next time, and that way it'll be a fun standalone show next week.
Hey Matt, Brandon G has a question. He says, I'm in the NWL and received my rookie packet a cycle off and trying to catch up. Was told to email the NWL commissioner, but no reply.
Brandon G. Let me see here. Do I have Brandon G in my email box? Let me see. I don't see a Brandon G. Let me look at my. I've got a.
Hey Brandon, who do you run?
Yeah, Brandon. Let us know who your wrestler is. Oh, Chainsaw Henley. I think I got something about that. Where was that? Oh, I saw that name somewhere. I may have forwarded that. Well, I'll put it this way. Did you mail it to me or did you mail it to Aaron? Aaron is the actual commissioner, not me anymore. But I know I saw your name somewhere. Let me look it up here. Hold on. Henley. Okay, I don't see it here. Yeah, but if you want to, I know Aaron's away this weekend, or was away this weekend possibly. You can email me again. Yeah, it's fine.
Like the movie, you ever watch the movie Lockup with Sylvester Stallone, where he goes to prison on the weekends?
Oh yeah,
That's
that
weird, right? Is that really a thing?
Hey, some guys golf, some guys go to prison.
I wanted to ask Johnny B a question too. So I know like the IWA has a handbook, right? Was that ever like printed out and put in book form, or in like pamphlet form at some point? Like, is there like a hardcover IWA rule book?
I want to say it was
like stapled with a cover on it. I just want to walk around with my IWA rule book and just kind of randomly rip it out of my pocket and just read.
Nice.
Maybe get it leather bound and have it smell like mahogany.
Let me see. I could have sworn I saw that chainsaw.
So Johnny B has his library of very old and expensive books, and right in the middle is the good old IWA handbook.
Let me see here. Let's see if Aaron chimed in with. I remember seeing the Chainsaw Henley be like, "Oh, a chainsaw."
Back in the 80s, they had something I can't remember, but I think it was a small booklet.
Yeah.
Was it velvet, perhaps?
Leather bound.
Used to love seeing those sign-up forms in the PWI. Never played, always wanted to. I had seen them too as a kid, and I actually created my own version of the IWA, which I will share with you guys at a later date in a marble notebook, where I took comic book heroes, and it's actually quite insane of how it looks very IWA-ish. So it has cards, it has Like we have uh, his results, it has rankings. I did like up and down rankings too. Like this guy went up. So I'll take pictures of this at some point, and I'll put it on the show to show everyone what I was doing, and circa 1993-ish.
All right, just say I went through my folder and I do not see it in there. So
Matt, what's your email address?
Riley1d20@gmail.com. So RILEY, the number 1, letter D, 20 @gmail.com.
So we'll get that out.
You still have it? Oh, Bill Sloan. Bill, can you post or send a picture to me of that? That would be fantastic if you could send me a picture of that handbook. I mean, it probably is like a paper handbook, but still, you could throw it in.
Sure, it's like a pamphlet of some sort.
Oh, I noticed the PWI latest form, Liz magazine, did not have the Iway page. I mean, I missed it, but it wasn't in the first. Usually when you first opened it up, it was like right there.
It was on the back cover for a while, right?
Yeah. So.
He might have went because I don't know. They don't publish monthly anymore, right? They publish every 2 months.
I think it's quarterly, yeah.
So I was thinking about getting a subscription. I recently got a wrestling almanac from 1989-90 from Inside the Ropes, which I'm currently reading just to brush up on things because I like to read results because I'm weird.
Hey, it's okay. Well, we all got something.
Yeah, so I've been trying to figure out for about 20 years. So I went to shows in the National Coliseum quite often, and I wanted to get the programs, but the WWF programs were so weird because it would be like a whole tour. So you had one program for like, I don't know, say 15 shows, and I'm trying to identify which programs were on which shows.
All right.
And sometimes you can identify them because they'll have like they'll put a sheet with the match listings inside. But I've been unable to find any of the shows that I went to because I want to really get those programs back. I remember I bought them as a kid. I don't remember what any of them looked like though. But yeah, WWF programs kind of sucked to be honest, except for like the pay-per-view ones. They were pretty good. All right, guys. If looks like we're officially out of time, so everyone get some sleep. Enjoy their weekend. And
yes.
We'll see you next week at some point. We'll get the word out when that's going down for your lethal lottery picks, and some more hilarity and shenanigans will ensue.
Nice.
All right, guys. So for Matt Riley, I'm Alex G. Have a good night.
Nice.